Hey everybody, it's Mike Drudge coming to you from Vaught RV here in Fort Worth, Texas. Right behind me I've got a 2023 J Feather. This is a 26RL, that's rear living room. It's about 32 feet long, 6,300 pounds or so on the dry weight, 7,500 pounds fully loaded. So this is a couples camper, no bunks in this. It's got a lot of features that lend itself to being a couples camper, and I'll get into those in just a minute. But if you're familiar with Jayco quality, then it won't be surprised a lot of the features I'm going to point out to you. Let's do a quick walk around on the outside before we dig in on the inside. I always like to start out with the pass-through storage up front because this is the storage compartment that I use all the time. It's on the patio side. I'm constantly opening up this door to grab stuff for my patio side, what I call the fun side of the RV. Right away you see this little platform here. This is a griddle platform that goes into what Jayco calls a J-port. And this is the griddle right here inside this box. So it's a single burner griddle that you can do those pancakes, do steaks, all that kind of stuff on the outside of the coach. Of course, we have a light up here. I've got household current power in here if you've got a scooter or something out here you need to charge up overnight. Clean pass-through storage goes all the way through to the other side. Of course, we've got our double 20 propane bottles up here. One's empty, it transfers over to the other one automatically. Electric tongue jack. This makes hooking up and leveling front to back a breeze. Now, if you're new to RVing and you're curious about setting up and the tasks that are involved, it's really pretty straightforward, but we have a whole separate playlist on our YouTube channel called RV Quick Tips with Mike that covers leveling, hooking up your water and sewer and all that fun stuff. So check that out. We can put a link below for you to make it easy. Behind here is our battery tray. It'll come standard with one deep cycle marine battery. You can put 2 batteries in there if you choose to do that. We've got our neat lights up here. You can't see them because it's bright out here, but you've got a marine grade LED light marker up here, plus these lights across the front, which are really nice. And I love this. So this diamond plating right here in front, this is the part that gets beat up the most from stones getting kicked up from your tow vehicle. Here's something I want to point out. When you're shopping around, and you should, come up and do this on the front of the unit and see what you feel. This is really stout up here. A lot of times other brands will sometimes put diamond plating, sometimes not, but you can just push this in really easily. This is getting a lot of wind shear. It's getting rocks tossed up there. That's reinforced behind there, and it's really stronger because of it. Here's the opposite side of our pass-through storage, so we can access this easily from either side. We have a battery disconnect right here, so if you want to turn off the coach, you're going to be away from it for a while. That'll save your battery. Just pop that into the off position. Have a light switch up there as well. Got magnet catches all the way around instead of those old little plastic clips that used to break all the time, so it makes it easy to pop that up there and leave it up while you're accessing the storage. Now, this is a black tank flush valve. Best practice is to rinse your black tank out after every trip or after you've used it and you're going to store it for a while. Make sure you open up the black tank valve, the gate valve underneath, pop a garden hose or a separate water hose into this, and let her rip. And let it run for a while you're breaking down camp, roll in the awning, get the lawn chairs in, have a beverage, wash the dog, whatever. Just let that thing run, and it keeps rinsing out the inside of your black tank and helps keep the sensors clean on the inside of it too. Perfect time for me to talk real quickly about the walls on every fiberglass Jayco unit here, and the Feather and the White Hawk and all the fifth wheels. This is vacuum bonded fiberglass. So this goes into a compression chamber basically that's pulling a huge vacuum on this, 144 tons for 16 minutes. Virtually removes the possibility of this wall becoming delaminated over the course of time, which of course tanks your value, the last thing you want. So it's something that costs Jayco more to do, but you're the end beneficiary of it because of that. Now here's our black and gray water valves down here. They're gate valves, and you can see that the actual valve part is tucked up underneath the insulated enclosed part of the underbelly. So it's protected from the elements, it's protected from debris passing up through there. So again, when it comes time to flush your black tank, you want to make sure, I just leave both of these open just to make sure. Leave them open, put your hose up there and let it run, and then close those when you're ready for travel. All right, let's loop around to the other side and have a look. Okay, now we have a little outdoor shower assembly. It's hot and cold with your little shower wand. You can pop the shower wand in here. This is great, and it's in the perfect location back here. There's a little bit of privacy. But if your dog's run through some stinky stuff, you got back from the beach, you got sandy feet, go ahead and rinse yourself off, rinse your spouse off, rinse your dog off. Perfect place to do that. Here's our main water connection for the coach. So pop that off, thread on your separate hose that's rated for drinking water only, put it on there, turn it on. Make sure you have a water pressure regulator. Best practice is to always have a water pressure regulator to maintain a safe pressure. RVs are built for relatively low pressure with all the PEX fittings and everything. So have a water pressure regulator either here or at the spigot so you're maintaining a safe pressure. Turn it on and now you have water on the inside. Now remember, if you're off boondocking, you're going to use water from your holding tank and not from the pressurized water from your city water source. In that case, you're going to flip your water pump on and you'll have water out when you're boondocking. Now, my best advice is to put only enough water in your freshwater tank for the trip, a few gallons to wash your hands, flush the toilet and everything. Otherwise, you're hauling weight around unnecessarily. We have a detachable 50 amp power cord here. One thing I love that Jayco's been doing is putting this little green light on top. You can see that it's lighted. So let's say you have a power issue. Lights aren't coming on. I don't have any power to the coach. We can quickly come out, and if you see a little green light there, you know you've got power up to this point. So the problem's somewhere beyond there. It's just a nice little troubleshooting thing. Hopefully you'll never have that problem, but it's there if you do. Cable, TV, and satellite input. So if you're at a campground that provides cable or satellite, and many of them do have cable, pop it in there and now you have cable programming inside the coach and on the fun side as well. You can pop out this cover on the end of the bumper and put your Stinky Slinky in there. Problem is, a lot of the new fancier Stinky Slinkies won't fit in there because of the fittings that they have on them, and some of them aren't removable. So what do you put in there? Your fishing pole. All right, it's a perfect place for storing a fishing rod, I've found. Okay, we have a full-size Goodyear spare and Goodyear tires all the way around with a 6-year warranty. That's key. Most manufacturers are giving you junk tires right off the bat. First thing you do is throw them away and put real tires on your trailer. Jayco's giving you a good tire, American made, with a 6-year warranty right off the bat, including this spare. Up there you can see we're prepped for a rear camera. So when it comes time to back into that campsite, you can make sure you don't back over your spouse. Okay. Plus, going down the road, it gives you a nice shot of what's behind the unit. If you've got a little bike rack or something back here, it allows you to keep an eye on that too. It's easy to pop one on after the fact. When you buy it, we can pop one on for you, or you can do it later. You can do it yourself if you want to. But that's pretty cool. Quick thing about safety, Jayco's always conscientious of safety. Until a couple years ago, on every trailer on planet Earth, when you hit your turn signal, this was the only thing that illuminated. Okay, and you hit your brakes, the only thing that illuminated were these two on every trailer. Jayco said we can do better. We're going to illuminate all of these lights back here when you hit the brakes, and they're going to flash, boom, 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 before they go solid. It's a safety feature. Now, when you hit your right turn signal, not only does this illuminate, but that little guy illuminates. So does this, and so do the markers down the right side of the coach, or left if you're turning left. That way, if somebody's coming up beside you here, you hit your right turn signal, they know your intentions because they're going to see that and that and that light up. It's a safety thing. Kudos to Jayco for doing that. All right, now we're on the fun side of the unit. We have our nice big awning on this side, so we're at about 20 plus feet on awning coverage on the patio side where all the fun stuff happens, where the fire pit and the picnic table are and everything. I can stream my music and push my music through these outdoor speakers, so I'm on the patio side. If you want to hang a television, right here's the place to do it. And again, here's your cable and satellite connection. So if you got cable at the campground, you got cable here, and I can stream and watch programming right here on this TV that'll hang here. Of course, power, got to have power for the TV, and right here it is. Now here's that freshwater fill that I alluded to earlier. So that's where you're gonna, it's a gravity fill. So just stick a hose in there, or if you're out in the boondocks and you need water, you can bring a jug of water and just chug it in there. It's a gravity fill, fresh water, if you don't have a city water pressurized source that we showed on the other side. You can see we have tire pressure monitoring right on this. So that's a great feature. One of the safety checks that you should have before you take off is check on tire pressure. This allows you to keep an eye on it all the time going down the road. Quick glance and you'll see what your tire pressure is. This is a 6-gallon direct spark ignition water heater. What you're going to see moving forward is more and more tankless water heaters. This one's got one that runs on gas or electric. I should say and or electric, because you can run it on electric and gas at the same time if you want it to recover even quicker. But again, 6-gallon DSI water heater. This is your furnace vent right here. And then finally our J port, which I alluded to when we started out with. It looks just like a hitch receiver. You're gonna pop that platform in there. There's a propane quick connect right here to hook up your griddle, or a grill or a griddle that you provide. Either way, it's nice to have that platform right here to put drinks on, however you want to use it, whether or not you use it as a griddle. And then we've got a second entrance into the bedroom area here. Pop these steps down. A lot of people say, well, why do you have a door that goes into the bedroom? You got one door in the back. There's two reasons why you may need a door into the bedroom. One is because the slide prohibits access to the bedroom when the slide's in, and that's the case here. So if that living room slide is in, I can't get to the bedroom up here. If I stop at a rest area, I want to get in here and grab a shirt or something out of here, then I can do that. The other reason you might have a second door is access to a bathroom, again, without the slide going out. Not the case here, but in this case, so you have access to the bedroom. Now, you very well may never even open this up. If it's a couples camper, don't need to access that. You can keep those steps in. So, all right. Before we hop inside, I want to point out these very cool steps. These are the Moride Step Above steps. So each of these legs is adjustable no matter what kind of terrain you're on. There is a light under here, a blue light that casts a nice amount of blue light underneath the coach. Very cool. And then when it's time to travel, you just pop these in and this latches it for security. Pop it down when you get to your destination and off you go. Have an extra grab bar here for stability going in and out of the coach. I really like this more than the free hanging steps, which used to be the standard, because these don't transfer motion to the rest of the coach like those do. So if I'm the early riser sneaking out for a cup of coffee or whatever, I can do that and not disturb my spouse. Okay, let's go inside and have a look. Now we're on the inside of this J Feather 26RL. We have one slide out right here. You can see where it's framed in. So when this slide out is out, it gives you an abundance of room back here. Now I love this as a couples camper. Love my wife dearly, but I also like a little bit of elbow room, and this gives this to you. In addition to having room for just the two of you, in the unlikely event that your Uncle Ned pops up for a visit, you can convert this dinette into a bed really easily. The legs pop out, this drops down to become the bed platform. Spread these cushions out and you can sleep someone else there. Whether or not you tell anyone that you have an extra bed is entirely your business, okay? For everyone else, hey folks, this unit sleeps 2, entertains 4, feeds 6. Have a great time. I'll see you tomorrow. All right. Now, with this slide out, this is great. This is a nice little living room area. So we have our galley living room combo. Very comfortable. I like that we have our dinette, dedicated eating space over there. I have recliners with a perfect viewing angle for the TV, and an L-shaped galley. This is a 2-butt kitchen. Sometimes you get a 1-butt kitchen in RVs. This is a 2-butt kitchen, so somebody can be here prepping food, somebody can be here cooking, and somebody can be watching TV if you want to. So I like how spacious this is. I'm in the galley, so let's talk about the galley. We have a 3-burner Cooktop, this is easily removable for cleaning. Has backlit controls, which is really cool. Nice little oven, big enough for pizzas and pot pies and whatnot, and storage below. Now this is cool. I have a knife holder back here. I'll turn the light on there. So we have a knife holder back here. Pop those knives in so they're secure back there, and then pop that up for your backsplash. Nice countertop. It looks like marble, but it's not. It's a much lighter weight material, but it allows Jayco to put an undermount residential style sink. So after you're through prepping food, you can wipe off the counter and keep it clean. I like this strainer. I like this cutting board. You can take out the strainer and put it on here to protect the top if you need to do that as well. But very functional little galley, and it has a neat feature here. This is wireless charging for your cell phone. If your cell phone does that, lay it on there and it takes off charging. I don't even have to fumble around for a cord. Now, if you want to hook a coffee maker up here or a blender, pop this up. I have household current USB and USB-C right there, easily accessible for any electronics that you might have. Now, Jayco is famous for their cabinet build. These are always solid maple door fronts and drawer fronts on a Jayco. Really nice smoked glass inserts. And same drill over here. The stiles are pocket screwed and glued together, not stapled back there. So it's a lot stronger cabinet build. Always full extension drawer glides on the drawers for Jayco. A pet peeve is when they come out about that far and you can't get to the stuff in the back. Full extension drawer glides in solid wood. 4-sided drawers, and then this front goes on. Sometimes you'll see manufacturers do 3-sided drawers and then just pop the front on as the 4th side. This is a box by itself, and then the door front goes on to boot. And a little storage underneath the sink area as well. Now, 2+3 warranty, that's important. Nobody in the RV industry has a better warranty. It's one of the reasons I personally bought a Jayco product long before I was doing videos or telling anybody else it was a good idea to buy a Jayco product. I bought one with my own money, okay? And that was part of the reason. So 2+3 year warranty. So 2 years covering all the gadgetry and the systems on board here, the build. And then 3 years structural. So there's nobody out there offering a better warranty. It's a little peace of mind. You know, you drop a bunch of money on these things. They're not cheap. And then off you go, and it's like, oh man, did I make the right decision? You know that the manufacturer's got confidence and they're gonna take care of you. All right, so good stuff. This backsplash is awesome. It looks like actual real tile, but it's smooth. It's just a backsplash, waterproof backsplash material. First time I saw that, I swore it was actual tile, but it's not. Up on top of our range hood, we have a little microwave, big enough for warming up leftovers and so on. Now this range hood, which is now, as you can see, a stainless steel color instead of black, it's vented to the outside. So just like home, when you're frying bacon or fish or whatever, you can get that smell and the heat out of the coach. Now moving from here, transitioning into the living room area. Well, I'll talk about the fridge since I'm in the galley. We do have a 12-volt fridge. In a couple years, this is all you're going to see in RVs is 12-volt fridges. So separate freezer compartment. The advantage of a 12-volt fridge is it's much deeper than a gas electric fridge. It's a compressor fridge, so when you turn this thing on in a couple hours, you're freezing ice cubes. With a gas electric fridge, you got to turn it on the night before you leave. So I really like that. It behaves like a residential refrigerator. Big fan of them. And you can see matching inserts. Now this is our modern farmhouse decor here. And then perfect place for hot pads and maybe some cookie sheets and stuff underneath here. And then more storage. Check out this pantry. So not only do you have really deep storage up here, but you have these pull-out trays. I love that, man. So you got cookware and stuff. You don't have to be digging all the way to the back. All three of these pull out, full extension drawer glides again. That's a fantastic feature. I really like that. Now, up into the living area. So Yep, TV viewing angle, very, very important when you're camping, right? So here's our smart TV, our Insignia brand smart TV. So I'm in my recliner, and it does recline. Just pull this out, and then I can pop it back. This is great. Perfect TV viewing angle. I can pull that TV out too, by the way. And then I can have popcorn, or I can have dinner here. So cup holder, so even though you pop this in, you don't lose your cup holder. You still have an extra cup holder right there. Still have my cup holder. Plenty of room for a place setting and your favorite beverage. If you don't want it there, just pop it out of the way. If you don't want this here at all, pop it up, throw it under the bed up front on both sides. Have cup holders here and a little cubby for your remote. So that's great. 3 beverages for me and 1 for my wife. Now, on either side of the recliners, you have USB charging ports and household current both. So if you're spudded in for the winter somewhere or for an extended period of time, you might want to put a little lamp and homey it up a little bit. So put a little lamp up there, plug it in. You can do that. You do have lights over each recliner here, and then more storage up top here for stuff. Now, if I'm being critical, and I like to be critical, I don't like to be critical, but you deserve to hear, you know, the warts as well as the good stuff, right? One thing that I wish Jayco would do is put gas struts on these things. It doesn't stay up as I'm trying to fumble around and get something out. So, all right, Jayco, are you listening? Here's my request. Give me a gas strut on there. Now, is that enough for me to not buy this? Of course not. It's not that big of a deal, but I would appreciate a gas strut on there. What do you think? Your vote's more important than mine. I always like it when you comment on videos. I learn a lot from things that you guys say. I am by no means an expert on this stuff. I've just been doing it for a long time, and I'm happy to share some things and little morsels and tidbits that I've picked up along the way. So I always like hearing from you. Drop your comments below, and I'll do my best to get those comments as I'm able. And while you're down there, click like and subscribe. That way you'll be the first to know when we post more videos like this. Now, I've got a vent here and one in the bathroom. So on those nice, fresh Colorado mornings, open this up, turn the fan on, keep a window cracked, and you can really pull that fresh air in here and not even need to kick on the AC in many cases. So we talked about our dinette a little bit. Nice deep dinette, room for 2 comfortably, 4 if you have company over here. These are blackout roller shades all the way around. Now, in this price point of a unit, you're going to often see pleated shades. Used to be curtains. Everything had curtains, and then they went to pleated shades, which I'm not a big fan of, but these roller shades are really, really nice. And then on the back is a silver reflective lining, so if the sun hits this, it's going to help keep it cool in here. Again, you don't often see that in this price point of a unit. Storage underneath each one of the bench seats here in our dinette. I like to put a clear plastic tub in there, grab the tub, pull it out, get what you need, and push it back in for like games and stuff like that. If you have a big item, you can just lift this base out and access that area as well. Same on this side. All this, and you also get a clock from Middlebury, Indiana. How about that? Okay, what are we forgetting in here? I think we've covered our galley, our living room. Oh, of course, I'm forgetting the bottom of the entertainment center. So this is cool, and this is different for 2023. You've got these shelves up here. Now remember, we're right next to the galley. So I'm thinking this ends up being spices and whatnot. It's a perfect size to put, you know, your seasoned salt, your barbecue seasonings, and all that kind of stuff up there. Or if you have entertainment things and extra cords, they can go in there too. But either way, I'll take it. Smoke glass inserts, have a little extra storage. Really, really like that. And then more storage underneath here. Have our iRV technology radio. This is Bluetooth, so you can stream content from your phone through this and push it through the speakers up on top here, or the speakers out on the patio as well. Again, I mentioned it's a smart TV. It's got a voice command too, and then it's got little shortcuts already for Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, and so on. You can customize that, but it's nice to have it. And the radio has a remote control as well. All right, let's go up and check out the bathroom and the bedroom area. Not necessarily in that order, but yes, in that order. Now, I wondered where my pen went. Right there it is. Okay, we have a medicine cabinet. Thank you. Always have to have a medicine cabinet. Sometimes in this price point, again, you'll get units with just a mirror. I love that there's a medicine cabinet. That way you have a place for, your toothbrush, toothpaste, and all that, and you do. Here's that other fan I was telling you about. Crank that up, turn it on, and get fresh air coming in here. There's a lot of reasons you want fresh air in this room. One of the most important things, though, is get the humidity out. So you take a shower, steams up in here, get that humidity out of here, crank that up, turn the fan on. Speaking of showers, it's a pretty spacious shower. This is not a huge trailer, but I got plenty of room in here, and of course you can see there's a skylight. So if I'm 6 feet tall exactly, if I was 6'3", 6'4", I can still get in here and take a shower. Matte black shower head right here. Shelves on the side. This is a one-piece shower surround, and then this interesting shower curtain deal. I don't know, I'm okay with it. I'm not in love with it, but you know, if you hate it, you can take it off. You can put a traditional shower curtain in here, which is probably what Mrs. Drudge would want to do eventually. Just put a regular shower curtain in here, and then you can take it out, throw it in the washer, bring it back, and put it in here. These are a little tricky to clean and wipe down, unlike glass shower doors, which you can squeegee off. I would still wipe it down, even though you can't see the watermarks on it and everything. But again, for a unit like this, it gets the job done. What do you think? Like it, love it, wish it was different? Let me know what you think. More storage behind here. Can't have too much of it. Jayco really does a great job of engineering storage compartments wherever possible. When they first came out with this, there was no doors on here. Now we've got a door here to tidy up, and so you get your extra linens and so on, and a little bit of storage above there as well. Towel hook behind. Now on the J Feathers, this is a plastic foot flush toilet. You can upgrade to a porcelain if you want to, but this is a plastic foot flush toilet. All right, sneaking around here, coming back into the bedroom area. Coming back into the bedroom area, before we do, I'll point out right here is our Go Power solar controller. So we do have solar on this. It's trying to charge a battery that is not on this coach yet, so it's a little grumpy, but when there is a battery here, it's going to trickle charge that battery. We get a lot of questions about solar these days. How much solar do you need? What will solar do? We're going to do a separate video on that. So many variables. Solar is not going to replace shore power. Think of it as a trickle charger for your batteries. So at home, if you've got a lawnmower that sits in the garage through the winter and you put one of those little battery tenders on it, that's kind of what this is doing. It's keeping them topped off. It takes a long time for solar charge controllers in many cases to charge a battery back up to full capacity, but it helps, and it extends the amount of time you can camp off-grid without shore power if you're doing that sort of thing. Anyway, that's what's going on right there. Now we're in our bedroom. We have a queen bed here. I've got storage on either side. I can hang some clothes in there and shelves there. On either side of it, we also have our USB and household current. And this little switch right here is for these blue lights behind there. I don't know if you can see those blue lights. If I turn this off, you can probably see it better. It's kind of cool. It's a night light, basically. So it's pitch black, 3 in the morning. You're going to get up and go use the restroom or whatever. There's just enough light in there when this is completely black in here to find your way around. It looks kind of cool, too. Separate reading lights for each side of the bed. And then again, up top here, some storage. Again, I'm wishing for a gas strut. All right, shut up, Mike. That's enough of that. I already made my point. Huge deal, no, but again, I like to point out everything, the good and the bad. Same drill over here. Hang our clothes and a shelf, and we also have household current and USB. So a lot of people have CPAP machines these days. You can plug that in down here right next to the bed. Now, one neat thing about this floor plan too is you have an additional little small closet, more hanging clothes, and then 4 drawers below as well. Again, full extension drawer glides. So pretty decent amount of storage. So you know, this is big enough. I think this is big enough to spend an extended amount of time in here, especially for a couple. Now we do have 50 amp service in there and a second AC here in the bedroom. If you're in Texas, where we are, or any hot climate, say you're going to Florida in the summertime, you'll appreciate having a second AC. So we do have a second AC that's controlled up here just for this one. Now the front AC, the main AC, which is fully ducted, is you control that from the control panel up front, which I'll show you before we wrap up this video. Now it's ducted, so when that front AC is on, you're still getting air coming out of the ducts back here. This AC though is controlled strictly right here. So again, 50 amp coach. Now before I leave this area, we have storage underneath here. There's those beautiful gas struts. Now notice down at the bottom of this we have plywood. What the heck? All right, well, you know what's underneath that plywood? There's drawers. Let me get this out of the way. There's a drawer under there. So there's a drawer on either side. So these pieces of plywood allow you to be able to store things. Let me sneak around here. I'll show you. See, we have a drawer, so I can pull this out without having to flip this up and get in there. And if you want to put larger items in here, just spread this. Now I've got all that room, and it doesn't interfere with my drawers on either side of it. So that's a pretty cool feature. I like that, and I love these gas struts. Plywood on the bed deck. There's plywood under our feet. There's plywood in the roof structure, which is significant. You're going to find way too many RV manufacturers are using OSB or particle board, especially in places that you can't see. So the last thing you want is particle board or OSB under your feet, because even just humidity over the course of time is going to make that stuff fall apart. This is more expensive, it's lighter weight, and it doesn't off-gas. You don't smell this like you would on a coach that had a lot of OSB or particle board in it. We have our emergency exit right there, our light switch here. I can close this door completely for complete privacy up there. I have a little thermistor right here on the wall. If you watch my videos, you know what that actually is, but we'll say it's a thermistor this time. All right, now up here, before we wrap this video, here's the control center for the coach. So if I light this up, I can toggle through each of these functions. This is our AC main. It shows me that the room temperature is right at 49 degrees. I can set it to whatever temperature. It's off now, of course. I can toggle through my settings to pair my device, my phone, to this, and then I can do all these things from my phone. Our tank levels, of course, are all empty. Our water pump is off. Electric and gas water heater are off. And then our awning and our slide motors are controlled here. Extend and retract. This is really cool because I can do all this stuff from my phone. Now you come in late at night, all the lights are off. You do have toggle switches up here. Good old-fashioned toggle switches, living room on and off, awning light on and off. Just great toggle switches to have right there handy by the door. So we're in a J Feather 26RL. This is one of my personal favorite couples campers. Couples campers as being defined by one without bunks. But it's got a lot of neat features that lend itself not only to be small enough and nimble enough to use for the occasional weekend getaway, but also if you want to do the snowbird thing and pull it to Florida or South Texas or wherever, or go up to Colorado and get away from the heat in the summer for a month or three. It's a perfect floor plan for that. Hey, my name is Mike Drudge. I always appreciate you joining me. Love to hear from you. Love your comments. Be nice, please. I'm very sensitive. And I'll get back to you as I can. Click like and subscribe. You'll be the first to know when we post more videos like this. I'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching our video. If you have any questions or any suggestions on content you'd like to see, leave a comment below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks again from VOD RV.